Dear Commissioner Breton, dear Vice President Šefčovič, dear ladies and gentlemen, I'm grateful for the diversity and bandwidth of views that were provided by the previous speakers. The different stakeholder perspectives were representative for the challenges of the raw materials sector, and those confirm the importance and far-reaching implications that raw materials have on our industry and society. I think we can all agree on the contribution of raw materials as an enabler of the ambitious goals set in the European Green Deal. Europe is on its pathway towards a sustainable future. Sustainability has come to the top of our agendas. In order to reach the objectives set by the Green Deal, raw materials are indispensable drivers for the transformation from the brown to the green economy. There is a unique opportunity in Europe to use the potentials of the circular economy in order to address and close gaps of raw materials for securing raw material availability in Europe from all sustainable sources. The demand for minerals and metals will increase immensely in the next 30 years. Driven by the enormous growth of e-mobility solutions and green energy as well as storage capacity. By 2050, electric passenger cars will raise up to 965 million units. Battery storage capacity will raise over 12,000 gigawatt, and photovoltaic capacity will go up to over 8,500 gigawatt. To meet the tremendous demand growth in minerals and metals within key European ecosystems, a sustainable and reliable sourcing of raw materials needs to be secured. European industrial ecosystems rely on secure raw material supply. Industrial ecosystems such as construction, automotive, low-carbon, energy-intensive industries, and aerospace are highly dependent on secure access to raw materials. By 2030, these industrial ecosystems have a combined added value of 2 trillion euros and provide employment for more than 30 million Europeans. Electric motors within the mobility and automotive industry and wind turbines with the renewable energy sector wouldn't work without rare earth elements. Electric wiring in the digital and electronics ecosystems would not work without copper. Access to sustainable raw and advanced materials needs to be secured across all relevant industrial ecosystems. This is why Europe needs a dedicated alliance on raw materials. EIT Materials will manage the newly launched European Raw Material Alliance, ERMA, and its activities. EIT RawMaterials was initiated and funded by the EIT, which stands for European Institute of Innovation and Technology, and which is a body of the European Union. EIT RawMaterials is an independent, open innovation ecosystem supported by the EC. It is the world's largest innovation community in the raw materials sector and relies on a strong expert network across the raw materials value chain with more than 300 partners from leading European industries, universities, research and technology organizations from more than 20 European countries. EIT RawMaterials' strategic objectives are focused on securing raw materials supply, designing new materials and product solutions, and closing material loops. We empower students, entrepreneurs, and education partners to drive Europe towards a green and circular economy. The European Raw Materials Alliance vision is to secure a sustainable supply of raw materials, advanced materials, and processing know-how for the European industrial ecosystems. The European Raw Materials Alliance, ERMA, has 4 interconnected goals. It will bolster the creation of environmentally sustainable infrastructure. The Alliance activities will increase the production of raw and advanced materials. It will foster to implement the potentials of a circular economy of complex products by boosting the recovery and recycling of critical raw materials, Furthermore, it will support Europe's raw materials industry capabilities and promote innovation, strategic investments, and industrial production. The Alliance will focus on 2 work streams. Through a value chain-specific inclusive consultation process, it will identify and respond to raw material challenges along industrial ecosystems and within the wider society. It will also promote stakeholders' engagement and commitment through an open process. The second work stream will provide an investment channel for raw materials projects. It will select and prioritize cases to secure primary and secondary raw material supply for European industrial ecosystems, and it will assess EU funding opportunities and financing sources for investment opportunities inside and outside Europe. In summary, ERMA will build long-term resilience and strategic autonomy for the rare earths and magnets value chain before extending to other raw material areas. The European Raw Material Alliance, ERMA, answers the challenge of securing access to sustainable raw materials, advanced materials, and know-how for industrial ecosystems. We are extremely excited about the further development of this alliance, and we invite all stakeholders who want to build a more resilient and sustainable Europe to join by registering on ERMA.eu website. Thank you very much